your Leo position. If you need him to go inside, he'll be able to go inside. If you need him to come outside, he'll be able to go outside. He played almost every position on the defensive line at Florida. People overhype this. Well, you look at Vic Beasley. He had more sacks. Dante Fowler was asked to do 1,000 things while he was at the University of Florida on that defensive line because either injury happened and he was able to shift over and he done everything and he done everything well. He fits this type of defense to a T, and he'd be the perfect Leo position for this team. That's why I think Dante Fowler goes number 3.
All right.
Either way, you go Fowler at number 3, or you go Williams at number 3. I actually have him go Williams at number 3.
Yep,
I would like to point something out that I would love to see Jacksonville do for a couple different reasons, and that's Amari Cooper.
That's my third.
Thank you, Jesus.
You got a big arm quarterback in Bortles, and I watched a lot of Bortles games. He didn't have a consistent number 1. You get someone like Amari Cooper in there who proves he can go deep. You start giving that rookie with the big arm, because he has a big arm, weapons, and you build around him. Secondly, you redeem yourself from the Justin Blackmon debacle of 2011. That really set your team back when you pick Blackmon. Either way, if you go Williams or Cooper, I think it's a huge step up from what you have, from what Jacksonville has there. And either way, I hate to throw the term can't miss. I believe Williams and Cooper, both of them are going to be can't miss pros. Either one, you're getting a solid career out of. So I would love to see Amari Cooper there, but honestly, I've got Leonard Williams going number 3.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be Leonard Williams or Fowler, but I do agree. I've been saying it for about a month or two now. I would love to see Amari Cooper here. He's the most physically ready receiver in the draft, and you got the kid out of West Virginia, White, who's the fastest, but I don't think he's physically ready to be, Cooper is right now. Like, whenever Blackmon came in the league, the kid was physically ready to play. And I think that's what Amari Cooper is. I think he could be physically ready to play right now. We don't know the stats of Blackmon. Guys, do you know if he's going to be coming back?
Nope. Still suspended.
Still suspended? Okay, well, I agree
the Jaguars have cut ties.
He hasn't.
He has not been released yet. I don't believe
No, Jaguars still have him. He hasn't put in his paperwork to come back in the league yet, so they haven't looked into it yet. That's why they're waiting on it. That's what they're waiting on. Is all he has to do is say he wants to try to get reinstated, and then we'll know what happens after that.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind seeing Vic Beasley. You touched on that, but he dominated that combine.
Get that Vic Beasley mess out in there. I don't want some stick figure playing defensive end. Sorry.
I don't take height in what the combine is.
No, get that crap out of there.
Mike Mamula was the number 7 pick for the Philadelphia Eagles in 1995. Dominated the combine. Workout warriors are known to fail. Beasley reminds me of workout warrior.
What he's done over at Clemson. You got to think he had 13 sacks. He's on the 15. Did he have that? And he had 13 sacks.
Dante Fowler could have had 13 sacks if he didn't have to move all over the place in Florida.
Said, and Kevin hit the nail. Fowler was tasked to do more. When you get to the NFL playing that Leo spot, that weak side linebacker, it's not just about getting to the pass rusher. If Beasley could convert the defensive end, maybe. But Beasley don't have the skill set to play with his hand in the ground.
He's too little.
I don't see Beasley. Only other person I could see.
He's too little.
Only other person outside of Williams and Fowler I could honestly fitting in Jacksonville's system is Shane Ray from Missouri.
Yeah, he'd be another good fit too.
Shane Ray is quick off the ball. Only knock on Shane Ray is he's a little on the light side. Mm-hmm. And playing in the division with Tennessee and Indianapolis and those big tackles, he's liable to get blown off the ball if you don't have a good technique.
And Dante Fowler is a monster.
I still have Fowler going number 2, and I have Leonard Williams going number 3 to Jacksonville. You're getting a solid defensive player who can play with his hand in the dirt and stop the run, get to the quarterback, which is 2 things.
I still cringe a little bit.
Needs a lot of help with.
Still cringe a little bit drafting the defensive end from Florida since Derek Harvey.
Oh,
Let's not
yes.
get it.
Let's compare everybody to people that were here in the past. Okay, well then
I
I don't
did.
want Vic Beasley because we already got a crappy defensive end for Clemson and Andre Branch here.
You know,
All right,
that's the thing.
Cortez. The Raiders are picking 4. We can go all night on Jacksonville.
No, Cortez has to say who he thinks Jacksonville's going to pick.
I'm on Dante Flower. I don't want it. Everybody kind of had a great analysis onto it, but I believe he's probably going to be. And he said he'll be surprised if Jacksonville don't draft him. But I believe, that position where he can play with the Jaguars and he wants to be there, why not draft a player that wants to be there?
But even as far as Cooper goes, I've been screaming Amari Cooper that I would be happy for him when he was still at Alabama playing.
Yeah.
I was screaming that if we were able to get this guy, I would be more than happy with Amari Cooper being on the Jaguars. It was down to 3 guys for me, and one of those 3 guys was probably going to be the pick. Okay. So I'll be happy with any of the 3. But I just think it's going to be Fowler.
All right.
Watch it turn out to be Vic Beasley, and then we got another stinking Clemson guy on the team.
All right.
Hey, real quick. Hey, hold on real quick. What if can you just imagine if Gene Smith would just run this damn thing?
If Gene Smith would run it, we'd be getting a punter at number 3.
We would have somebody from Louisiana South Technical School of Math and Science being our starter next week.
We'd have the New Jersey deaf and blind kicker.
Oh, man.
And the kicker's blind.
All right, let's move it forward here.
Thank God he's not here anymore.
All right, next picks, 4 picks. You got the Oakland Raiders.
This is easy.
3-13.
Who's the fastest guy at the combine?
Kevin White.
There you go. That's who Oakland's picking.
No.
They're getting Amari Cooper.
Negative. The Oakland Raiders corrected their 2009 mistake of Darius Hayward-Bay when they recently signed Michael Crabtree. The Oakland Raiders, this is where they come up, and they're going to pick Randy Gregory from the University of Nebraska, the outside linebacker that popped on a piss test. Because I'm not saying this to be funny. He already has that renegade Raider mentality of making his own rule. Randy Gregory goes here at number 4 to the Oakland Raiders. I don't see him taking Kevin White. I really see them going Gregory. They just signed Michael Crabtree. They don't need another speed receiver. I see Randy Gregory coming in number 4.
Did he really increase his draft stock? Because they got him at 13 on the big board here.
Because he went PP.
Every big board I've seen him on, he's in the top 10, usually between 4 and 7. I see them picking him up to compliment Khalil Mack. He's no one that can play defensive end and play outside linebacker. I see Randy Gregory going to the Raiders.
All right. Did Steve, you pick your guy yet?
No, let Steve pick.
Go ahead, Steve.
Just because it's the Raiders, and they do it every damn year, they're going to get the fastest guy. We're going to get Kevin White. Done.
You know what? The Raiders, they really cannot miss on this pick. But they will. But honestly, they better not. I'll be surprised if they don't draft Amari Cooper.
Me too.
I'll be very surprised.
What the hell is up with me and you?
I will be very surprised if they don't draft Amari Cooper. I'm sorry. That guy's talented. You got your quarterback, Derek Carr, had a decent showing this year.
You got to give him some weapons.
You got to give him some weapons, man.
And I'm sorry, Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, I'm changing. I see Amari Cooper going here too. The more I think about it, that makes sense.
Yeah, you got to give
Derek
the kid
Carr
weapons.
does need weapons. They lost Darren McFadden. I see Cooper. I got to agree. I see Cooper going to the Raiders here.
This is really a can't miss for them. I mean,
yeah, they got their pick of receivers. They're either going to pick the really fast one or the really good one. That is the one they're going to pick.
Now, if they go ahead and pick Mariota here, I will lay an egg. I'm telling you.
They're not going to pick Mariota.
But if they do, man, if they do.
They're not going to pick Mariota.
If they do.
The thing I forgot to mention at 3 is hopefully Cleveland comes up to number 3. Mm-hmm. And then they give us 12 and 19. And I'll be happy with that.
Right.
That at 3.
So we have a trade.
At 3.
You have a trade.
Yeah, if Jacksonville and Cleveland wanted to come up, I'd be more than happy to take 12 and 19 for Cleveland to move up to number 3.
Okay.
To where they would pick Marcus Mariota at number 3. But I'm just throwing that out there.
Throwing it out there.
Yes.
All right. Let's move forward here and move on to the Washington Redskins. Guys, we're moving right along. We're only 4 minutes into the podcast, and we're on the fifth pick.
We're only 40 minutes into the podcast, and we're on to the fifth pick.
We're on the fifth pick.
It's because we spent 27 minutes talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, I guess...
No one has spent 27 minutes talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a while.
Well, unlike you, people aren't used to seeing them picking in the top 5 picks of the draft. Jacksonville is like the status quo.
Only for a few more years, Mike.
It's as common as Denver losing in January.
Oh, my God. Get out of
To
here.
the Jaguars.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, let's move forward here as we're taking jabs here. We're going to the Washington Redskins. They finished 4-12. This team was in a disarray with RG3 going down again, and then coming back,
and then going down again,
and
then coming back.
Can I drop a bombshell here?
He's going down.
Go for it.
He's down the timber.
Cleveland trades up to number 5 and drafts Marcus Mariota.
See, I had him going to 3.
Right here.
They have him trading up to 5. They're going to trade up to 5, and they're going to draft Marcus Mariota. Because Manziel's problems, it's obvious. Manziel's problems and so off the field problems, and all you have is Josh McCown. We saw how this worked last year, people. Cleveland comes up right here, number 5. They pick Marcus Mariota.
I'd much rather them come up number 3.
Marcus 3.
But for all sake, John, they don't. Who do you have Washington take? I think John left us. Yep. Somebody left.
No.
Steve, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Steve, who you got Washington taking?
There could be a couple people. I can see them taking Shane Ray,
Yep.
or I think they need to reload on cornerback, honestly. So I mean, I hate little brother Michigan State, but I can see him taking Trey Waynes. That'd be a great pickup. Very physical cornerback. You gotta like those kind. Or they need a tackle. You need a tackle or a guard. So I would, you got guys from what's that cat from Iowa? His name's Brandon Schreff, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, he'd be a good pickup. So I don't want to throw out Vic Beasley. I threw him out a little earlier. I don't think he would fit in here, but I would. They would be great. Shane Ray would be a good fit here. Shane Ray, or I would say Trey Wayne. But if I had to pick one, Shane Ray.
Me too. I'm putting Shane Ray in here. I'm saving Vic Beasley for the next pick.
Shane Ray going to Washington?
Yeah. I'll take Shane.
I still think I still think Cleveland steps up here and grabs Mariota.
I think Cleveland steps in. If he makes it past 2, I think
they're going to do it.
Up.
Cleveland's going to give up probably that 19th pick in the draft. They're going to give it up, and they're going to come in, and they're going to grab.
Well, if they
Marcus
try to
Mariota.
get into the top 5, they're going to have to give up both of them. They'll give up 12 and 19. They have to, because nobody.
I see giving up 19, maybe a draft pick or 2 next year. I don't see him parting with both first-round picks.
They'd have to give
Actually,
2.
or better yet,
Yeah,
it's hard to tell. I see them. They're going to have to give up 1, maybe 2.
They got to give up 2
I
picks this year,
could
first or
see
second.
him give. You know what? I could see him giving up 2, but they're not just going to get Mariota. They're going to get a pick later in the draft. They're not just going to give up 2 for 1. So I could see him giving up 2 picks for the number 5 pick and a pick later in the rounds. I don't think Cleveland's dumb enough to do this without getting something besides a draft pick in return.
No, Cleveland's stupid enough to do it. Cleveland has to give up 2 picks this year.
Either way, this is where Cleveland comes in and trades, and this is where Mariota. He goes number 5 to Cleveland.
I got Shane Ray going to Washington. What about you, Cortez?
I think they need help with offensive linemen, so I'm going to go with the Iowa guy.
This high?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he's going
good.
to go Brandon Schuff. Yeah,
Wow.
As opposed to Eric Flowers, you don't see Eric Flowers, the left tackle from Miami.
Nah, I got him going
Later on.
but
You would take a guard over a tackle in this position.
No, the guy from Iowa's a tackle.
They've got him listed as Brandon Scherf. They got him listed as an offensive guard.
I think he played tackle as well too. They're projecting him to play tackle. Yeah, they're projecting him to play tackle. He's both.
listen, Snyder still have this. I know they benched him, and They still just love fest with RG3 going on, so they're gonna try to protect him, and I don't know why, but I think